Hi everyone, Sarah back again today for DLS Designs, and I am playing with the new collection, Three Little Words. I love the colors. They are gorgeous and bright and just fantastic. I am going to go ahead and cut this. I think I cut this at about 3.5 inches. Honestly, I never really measure, as you saw with my finger. I kind of just pushed it down on the paper to leave a mark and then cut it. I am pulling some aqua splash or aqua pigments from my stash. This matches the blue in the kit so well, like throughout the entire collection. And I decided I wanted to do a little mixed media on the background. My daughter is in the pool in these pictures, and I'm like, it'd be perfect, especially with everything that's in this collection. I just slowly but surely, I got multiple paintbrushes out and my spray bottle, and I'll just spray the page and splatter, and then eventually I will tilt this and just start flicking it out on the page. I mean, I'll make a mess, and I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to add some more and just splatter it around here and there so it's a little thicker, a little darker color, and then just kind of flick it back on like I did a while ago. It's a little more dry. It kind of ran around a little more than I wanted it to, so I kind of played with my paintbrush to try to get it back to where I wanted it. It just kind of is what it is. I'm not sure why it's so bright in this portion, but it does go away here in just a second. Sorry about that. It's not fully dry, but I mean, it was enough for me to start playing again. I love this. It's not a splatter. It reminds me of some old tiles and stuff that you could get where it's got all the different colors in it. I love this paper. So I went ahead and put that little splatter looking one over to the side. I cut a really thin layer of this because I wanted some of that pink in there, but I didn't want to overpower it. This little one of mine is not a huge fan of pink. So I just put a little bit in there, and I'll put more in with the embellishments. I don't always do this, but I just figured I would kind of stay out of the pink range a little bit. I wanted to add some more of the yellow. I kept that cattywampus, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the pink part straight. I'm going to rough up the edges a little bit, fold some of it up, and then I had already went in and separated out the embellishments. This is 2 different embellishments packs, ephemera packs from the collection, and I separated them into colors, like the pinks, the blues, the yellows, the oranges, so that I could kind of go and just grab out of those sections. I mean, at this point, I don't know why I did that, because I'm still just going to go through each and every one of them. I guess it does kind of make it easier for me, because I'll work through the pink and then I will work through the blue. And you see I put some other pieces down there to the bottom left, because I'm like, hey, I might use it, or I'm definitely not using these on this one. I pull my the little container of yellow out, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use over here in the upper right hand corner. I threw 2 pieces of yellow up there. I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, so I will figure it out. I went ahead and added layers over here to the right hand side of the bottom of the photos, and then to the left hand side as well. I'm trying to figure out what else I want, and I'm going to change out that wording piece, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't stay on the layout. I don't keep that either, that blue tag at the top. I'm changing it out for this one. It says "So Awesome." And of course, I rough up the edges of each and every one of these pieces. It's just something I like to do. I like the distressed look. And here I'm going to rough them up, and I'm going to start gluing them down. And it's nice that my glue actually does stick on the wet, because it is definitely not dry. Every once in a while, if you see it move a little bit, you'll see that it's still glossy, and that's because it's not dry yet. I'm going to glue this little one. It says "Capture It." I glued it to my actual photo instead of to the background. I'm going to add some tape to this one and adhere it down. I wanted to make sure that my yellow piece was cattywampus still. And then I'm going to pop it up on some 3D foam from my stash. And I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the back of that and stick it down on my layout. You will see here in a little bit that I actually stick something on top of it to make sure it sticks down, seeing as how the background is wet. I'm going to try to figure out where I want these back on it. And I'm just going to add some glue to the center. That way I can still, tuck some things underneath. And I'm going to adhere both of those down. I decided to change where these were a little bit. Put the light pink one on the outside and the blue one on top. So I went ahead and did that. I just like the fact that you can see the difference in the layers that way a little better. I went ahead and slid that piece underneath. I'm going to rough up the edges of this umbrella. I think that's just too cute. And I'm going to place it up here at the top, tuck it back underneath, and held it down for just a second. Here I decided that the right hand side of the page was just a little too bare. So I decided to add another piece of this paper on the right hand side. Roughed it up a little bit. I had already picked out some of these pieces a while ago because I thought I might put a cluster up there off the side of the page, but I did decide to add a little more of the paper over there. I figured the piece that was left over of the hot pink I would go ahead and add as well. And here I'm going to add a little more of that blue on this portion behind where I'm going to stick the ephemera. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You don't see a ton of it, but you see it peeking out from underneath all the little pieces that I add up here, towards the end. So I like the way it ends up looking. So, I mean, I'm glad that I did it. I'm going to go ahead and I roll it. So it doesn't stay as dark, which is okay with me, but I do add, I think I go back and add a little more. I do. I'm going to add that pink part just like I did on the other one, and I'm just going to start gluing these pieces down. Like I said, having the glue does help even though the surface was already wet. I grabbed the acrylic word Joy that comes with this kit, and then I'm grabbing these adorable, I love this color of blue. I grabbed these Puffy alphas, and I'm going to do swimming as the word that I'm doing right now. So it's Swimming Joy. My kiddo loves the water, so it's awesome. I love the fact that she was just chilling in her inner tube and, kind of puttering around the pool. So I wanted to go ahead and document that. Of course, I have a bunch of summer photos, and there's a lot of them in the pool, and you really can't tell them from one to another. I can because I know the dates on them, but they love the pool. This is just my youngest, and she was just puttering around. I'm holding the word Joy down because that part is so wet, but as I'm doing that, I'm sitting here messing around with other pieces because I wanted to add more to that upper cluster. So I added that stamp looking like piece that has a chick in a swimsuit, and then I added another little piece, a little yellow piece. That's to hold the word Joy down, sorry. I went ahead and grabbed these epoxy pieces, these epoxy stickers, and I'm going to add a few here and there on the layout. And then I'm going to grab the enamel shapes. They're not all dots or anything, there's hearts, and I love it. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down really quick so I can start sticking the enamel dots down. And I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. I added a heart up there on that one, and I add some of the dots down to the left. I add a heart onto the bag and a couple more enamel dots up to the top in that cluster up there. And that finishes this layout. I really hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, make sure to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.